Hello one and all present here. Today I am going to discuss about the classification of database management system. My name is Sanjay and I am from BSc CJP. Introduction. In this topic we are going to discuss the classification of data, in which we will discuss about structured, unstructured data and semi-structured data and the features of the data. Let us discuss one by one. First one, data classification. The process of classifying data in relevant categories so that it can be used or applied more efficiently. The classification of data makes it easy for the user to retrieve it. Data classification holds its importance when it comes to data security and compliance, and also to meet different types of business or personal objective. It is also of major requirement as data must be easily retrievable within a specific period of time. Next, there are types of data classification. First one, structured data. Second one, unstructured data, and at last, semi-structured data. Let us discuss about structured data. Structured data is created using a fixed schema and is maintained in a tabular format. The elements in structured data are addressable for effective analysis. It contains all the data which can be stored in the SQL database in a tabular format. Today, most of the data is developed and processed in the simplest way to manage the information. And the example for it is relational data, geolocational, credit card numbers and addresses, etc. Considering an example for relational data, like we have to maintain a record of students for university, like the name of student, ID of the student, address, and email of the student. To store the record of students, use the following relational schema and table for the same. You can have a look at this picture at this. Next, we are going to discuss about unstructured data. It is defined as the data in which is not following a predefined standard, or you can say that and it does not follow any organized format. This kind of data is also not fit for relational database, because in relational database you will see a predefined manner, or you can say organized way of data and structured data. It is also very important for the big data domain and to manage the store unstructured data. There are many platforms to handle it, like SQL database. Example like Word, PDF, text, or supermarkets, bills, online communication, surveys, etc. Last, semi-structured data. Semi-structured data is information that does not reside in a relational database but that have some organizational properties that make it easier to analyze. With some process, you can store them in a relational database, but it is very hard for some kind of semi-structured data. But semi-structured data exists to ease space. Example for this is XML data. Next, features of data classification. According to the features of this data classification, there are the four main points for the classification of this data. Homogeneity. The data items in a particular group should be similar to each other. That means the data should not be like different types, and it should be of same type to be homogeneous. Clarity. There must be no confusion in positioning of any data item in a particular group, which means there should not be any confusion that leads to misunderstanding. And next one, stability. The data item set must be stable. Any investigation should not affect the same set of classification. That means the data which we develop should be stable and should be able to bear all the environmental conditions. Elastic. One should be able to change the basis of classification as the purpose of classification changes, which means it should be able to bear whatever the changes made by the user or the operator. By saying this, I will end this presentation. Thank you.